This is the latest dispatch. Just received in our newsroom. Just received in our...
There we go. Guys, we did it. We did it. We are at the absolute height of modern day progress. We are at the beginning of a Joe Biden presidency. It's all over now. All right? Racism is no more. Those institutions that were holding you back, poof, gone. On Inauguration Day, Joe Biden's gonna walk up to that stage, fix his tie, take off his sunglasses, and utter the words, "Where am I?" And Kamala's gonna be in the back like, hey Joe, the podium's over there, Joe. All jokes aside, we unified. We bit down on the mouthpiece and neutralized the threat of a second term of Trump's presidency. For now, at least. And that's good, all right? Orange man bad. But I'm not here to solely talk about Trump. What I am here to talk about is what I like to call the cult of conservatism. Let's take a trip back in time now, shall we? 2016 to 2020 has been an absolute roller coaster in the world of political discourse. We've had multiple mass shootings, alt-right rallies, COVID, riots, and the rise of the biggest civil rights movement in United States history. We came such a long way, and so much has changed since then. Hell, through the years, you even start to see platforms like YouTube start to change. I don't think we'll ever forget how dominant conservative YouTube was back in the day. Like, Jesus Christ. People like Ben Shapiro, Blair White, and Steven Crowder did a phenomenal job at capitalizing on the popularity of anti-SJW content, effectively using how ridiculously SJWs presented themselves to popularize reactionary politics. But times do change, and as the hype started to die down, we started to see how things start to shift. Through the changes that we start to see to platforms' TOS, or terms of service, and the chaos that ensued during the Trump presidency, we start seeing the rise of left-leaning content creators really making waves and challenging ideas that we used to think were just simple. And hey, even some were open enough to change their perspectives, and props to them, because grifting is pretty profitable nowadays. But even though things are changing, there's something growing that's far more dangerous than just right-wing media. Through the Trump presidency, we started to see a rise of misplaced and excessive admiration for Donald Trump. Not the Republican Party, the guy, Donald Trump. This often involved denouncing any opposing information as fake news, an enormous desire to suppress opposition, and to maintain a specific national identity. Like a cult. A fascist cult.
Haven't you lost your battle for the Republican Party, though? Isn't the Republican Party now the party of Trump?
People rallied behind the idea that Democrats, immigrants, and people of color played a part in the degradation of American society, a society that once was great. What Donald Trump effectively did was simplify very complex issues into misleading yet palatable arguments to a group of people that already internalize hatred and idolize hierarchy. As most Republicans benefit from the backing of Donald Trump, the entire party fell in line.
We are not electing an entertainer-in-chief.
We have a man who wants to lead us.
If you do a ban on all Muslims, I have no question that you violate the First Amendment.
Vote for Donald Trump for a safer America.
There was little to no discourse when Trump took office, and now we're at a point where nothing is off the table. Reality-based discussions can be instantly dismissed and replaced with conspiracy theories and lies. Truth simply doesn't matter to them, and this is extremely worrying. People are willing to go as far as to subscribe to far-right ideologies to explain their shortcomings, despite the data massively disproving their assertions. What used to be a conversation based around objective information and fact has turned into a battle of owning the other side no matter what is presented to you. And a lot of public figures know that the majority of the conservative viewer base live in echo chambers and subscribe to this cultism. So now disagreements on the right wing went from, how conservative are you? What policies would you like to propose and why? To, do you support Donald Trump? And if you don't, you're a crook and a liar. Make no mistake, this is a major issue, not just for them. How are we supposed to radicalize, talk to, or even debate people who just make shit up. This has to be addressed not only in the leftist circles, but in the left wing as a whole. Now I guess I'll segue into what I call the battle of the left wing. A good example of a YouTuber that combats this problem is someone like Xander Hall. Xander Hall holds what I believe to be far left socialist beliefs. He recently took the label of social democrat to appeal to more liberal or moderate voters. This move is so significant because on the left we usually get caught up in these idiotic arguments that cause infighting for no fucking reason. At the end of the day, we are the party with the ideas that seek to benefit humanity and reasonably maximize individual liberty. Where we differ is how much material change of the policies proposed actually offer us. If you are so focused on dunking on liberals for little shit, instead of realizing that we seek to propose as much material change as possible, you are only focused on aesthetics. You do nothing but a disservice. Like, why are you here? Like, seriously. Liberals or moderates make up the majority of the US voter base. While the right wing is pulling in more moderate voters under the guise of being the more reasonable party, the left wing is hosting a boxing match while getting sniped at. Yes, we should fight for more progressive policies. I'm not denying that. But what I care about is winning. And neither liberals or leftists can win while fighting under the threat of a deranged right-wing party outright spreading lies. Like, we literally have mask deniers in this country. We have QAnon believers in this country. If we want to be taken seriously, we have to make arguments based within reality. This is a huge step to a successful progressive infiltration into the Democratic Party. How it's looking now, they're more willing to negotiate with Republicans rather than negotiate with progressives. This has to change. Put the theory down, take a deep breath, and realize we cannot underestimate the enemy to defeat an ally, whether that alliance is conditional or unconditional. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter, Ike is Salas, or Instagram, Ike Salas. I'm here, and I'll be posting more clips and more content to come. Thanks. Peace.